Hello, welcome back to Movie Reviews, and today I'm looking at The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen from 2003. This is directed by Stephen Dorrington, who directed Blade back in 1998. He was also a special effects supervisor on Split Second in 1992, if I'm right about that. And this is actually his final film that he'd done before quitting the industry because of production problems, I believe. The cast were a bit off a little bit, who knows, but it's Stephen Norton's last film. And this is also Sean Connery's last acting role before he retired, because I think due to the pressures of the company, I think to Universal, and also maybe himself, of course, it just wasn't going very well, I think, and just he stopped acting for a while, and obviously at the age he's now, it's probably for a health reason, maybe. If he returned to acting, you don't know. Well, we're not too sure, but I don't think so, to be honest. But anyway, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is based on the graphic novel by Alan Moore, and it's an okay adaptation, to be honest. I do like this film, and it all works in many places. Visually it does. It's nice. The camera's nice. Captain Nemo's ship, the Nautilus, is very good as well. The characters that they chose, straightforward. Alan Quatermain, Tom Sawyer, Dorian Gray, Nina Harker, Invisible Man, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and Captain Nemo are good choices. They are. This sort of suit it well, and also the cast. They seem to suit it as they seem to suit the characters very nicely. It makes it quite obvious. It's a shame there was no other sequels after this as well, due to its massive failure, being a bit of a bomb back in 2003. But I do like it for what it is. It's sort of a guilty pleasure in a way, but it's not for everybody, to be honest. It is based on a graphic novel. It is sort of like a superhero type film, if you get what I mean. And yeah, visually it's nice. The score is okay as well. It has that sort of like bombastic type of sound to it, which does sort of work a bit. It does help. It does sort of moves around a little bit. The action cues are quite nice. It is interesting. I find it quite peculiar that Victorian type characters do face against each other. Like, for example, for example, of course, the main villain is the Phantom, aka James Moriarty, Professor James Moriarty. What? When Iron Mask pretending to be like a supervillain. It's quite ridiculous what Alan Moore does. With characters like this. It also because I never read the graphic novels very much. I've only know about this film. I just knew about it because it starred Sean Connery in it, and it's basically about a group of individuals trying to stop a masked madman from ruling the world or destroying the world. That's how it is. That's how I knew about this film. And when I watched it, I thought, this is actually quite good. This is interesting. Oh, you've got adventurer, you've got sort of American gunslinger type who's basically a hoodlum who used to paint fences and fish a lot, then work for the American government, which is funny. You have an Indian prince or a captain who goes around a submarine searching for in the depths of the ocean. You've got a man who's invisible who's been experimenting. Same with another guy who has an alter ego, who basically can't control his alter ego very much and goes on like an emergency rampage now and again. You've got a woman who is a vampire whose husband became a vampire and she got bit. And I think I mentioned this one. Yeah, you got an adventurer who is basically just been searching around the Middle East. He's been living in India for a while underneath the British Empire or Queen Victoria, and just been sort of reclusive in a way. And then the British government decided to bring him back, and to bring him into action. That's how it is. So that's sort of a little vague thing to do with League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. The basis of it, and it's quite it's a when you look, it's a love of place, if you know what I mean, because you've got Moriarty or the Phantom trying to make super weapons, make super soldiers using the same serum as Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde's, respective, or Dr. Jekyll's formula. You've got. I'm trying to think what else was there. You got the loyalty between the gentlemen themselves, the group themselves. Quartermain sadly passes away at the end. I don't know if there was an intention for a sequel to to think, if they're planning a sequel, if they follow Greenlay's sequel, how are they going to bring Quartermain back? How is that going to work? That's one thing that ponders people's minds. Unless they reboot the thing again, you never know. There might be a reboot kicking around at some point, It depends. So anyway, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, or LXG, as I forgot to mention. It's an okay film. It's a good pleasure of mine. I do enjoy it for what it is. It is not a particularly favourite film among the people who read the graphic novels. For a person who just watched a film who doesn't know the graphic novels, I might find it a bit exciting. Excited to see Sean Connery and Shane West, and Jason Fleming, bound against Moriarty in different ways, more than one, and seeing different characters form together, like from Victorian literature, which is absolutely interesting. It's quite fascinating when you think about it. When once people read it about and say it. But alas, it was a bomb. It sort of declined Stephen Norton's directing career. Same with Sean Connery's acting career. And after they retired, and then Stephen Norton, who knows where he went afterwards, but I don't know. But anyway, that's my review. Sort of a basic review of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Yep. And that is it. And I'll see you for the next video. And I'll see you then.